Hi everybody, my name is Becky and I want to talk to you today about how to lose weight. That's the number one question that I've gotten on my weight loss journey, and I am about halfway through my weight loss journey. I had to lose 150 pounds and I am right about at a 70-pound weight loss at this point. So I started out over 300 pounds and my goal weight is 150 pounds. Like I said, it's about 60 to 70 pound loss at this point. So I've categorized it down, I've numbered it down to about the three things that you have to work on. So first, I had to realize that what I had was an addiction to sugar and carbohydrates, simple carbohydrates. And I treated it like it was an addiction. And I think that was the first step in my process, is that I realized that I was an addict. I was overeating and that I was actually an addict. So admitting that was key for me. And then after I admitted it, I did a mental shift. So I was treating it like an addict would treat alcohol or drugs or anything like that. And number two, as a Christian, I started praying. So Jesus says that he is strong where we are weak. And I realized that I was weak to not touch sugar, carbs. I just couldn't do it. So I started praying, and my prayer was, God, I am so weak in this that I simply cannot do it myself. I need you to be strong for me. I need you to help me overcome my eating, my overeating, and my addiction. And I prayed every single day for a little over a year. And he did show up in a huge way after a year, and I can go into that later in another video. But he spoke to me through the mouth of a relationship that I had, and that those words shifted my heart, and I could actually feel my heart turn and change. And I've been eating healthy now for a year and 7 months, and I can honestly say that I haven't touched sugar or carbohydrates since that day, and I won't for the rest of my life. So that leads me into the last thing, was number three, is it has to be so the first is realizing that you have an addiction. Number two is praying that God would help you overcome whatever it is that you're struggling with. And you have to be faithful to do that as long as it takes for you to change. And you have to be okay with staying where you are until God moves in your life. And then number three, it has to be a permanent decision. This is what people don't like. So most of the fad diets and the diets that people get on, it's like a 6-month cleanse, or it's a 21-day fast, or these little things that people do. I don't feel like that's going to be successful for most people, because most people are like me in that they're addicted to things. They're addicted to sugar, they're addicted to carbs, they're addicted to smoking, whatever. So an addict has to make a permanent choice. For the rest of their life, they're going to deny themselves that one thing. So something was revealed to me through this process, in that if you're familiar with the story of the Bible, Adam and Eve in the garden were given all of the food and all of the trees and everything in the garden to eat, but they weren't allowed to touch one tree. And that really hit me, and it said, why would God say that to Adam and Eve, that they can have all these things but they can't have this one thing? Why wouldn't that apply to food today? And for me, it was sugar and carbohydrates. So I decided that for the rest of my life, I just wasn't going to eat it. So birthday parties, I just, I eat the fruit dip and the vegetable dip, and I celebrate that person rather than celebrating the food. It becomes a celebration of life versus a celebration of food, because I think today we can glamorize food and lift it up to a status where it really doesn't need to be. So number one, you need to admit that you're an addict. Number two, you need prayer, and lots of prayer. And number three, you need to make a permanent decision to live like this for the rest of your life. And it has changed my life, and I know it can change yours. If you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear them. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay positive, stay hopeful. There's always something good coming. You just have to get through the hard times sometimes. to see the results. But if you have any questions, other questions that I haven't addressed in this video, I definitely can let you know. But I just wanted to let you know how I started, and I look forward to documenting more of my journey. Peace be with you. Bye.